is the fight on or not? Shout out to the homie Neighborhood Nina from the 9. One of your most controversial recent waves came from you called out the homie to keep it a Google. This is what caused me to start educating myself on who you were.
Right.
Because first seeing it because of who you was with, I ain't like it.
Right.
So then the homie responded how he responded. I could tell. You see, I reacted to it. You see, I didn't really get on you because I could tell your perspective was not of what we assumed it was initially. Then I heard the homie come back and respond, and he was kind of passionate, and he was going low blows, low hanging fruit, and I knew he was not what it appeared to be against a certain group of people. Right. He was just emotionally reacting, trying to say the first thing off his mind, be funny, and he said what that was. I applaud you for not taking it personal.
Nah.
I just want to know now. I don't even want to get into that because y'all worked it out like men as far as the part that looked like it was messy.
Right.
Is there going to be an event, man? That's what I want.
I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just to be clear, like that whole situation with Boskoe and I didn't mean to call him out like that. You feel me? But I know I saw what you said, and I was a little besides myself. You feel me?
Let me tell you something. As far as something in perspective, I respect the way it panned out and what it actually is, and we fair and it's all love, but the danger in how that played out, because who you with.
Could have been. Yeah, it could have been.
Niggas can friendly accept the hey, and come on, and then because of my connection with me and Nina Boy, we grown men, we public figures, we threw it all away. But the culture of what we go back to and everybody we represent ain't nothing fair, not even amongst us.
Right.
It's very hard to get a fair issue. So even if you are righteously as you were in your position, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to engage it because what I saw,
it could
go wrong.
It could go crazy.
It could go crazy.
No, I get that. I was a little. I shouldn't have said what I said with Boskoe. You feel me? Like I was kind of like just feeding off the energy. I was drinking a little bit, not even, but not. I wasn't drinking like to the point where I didn't. I wasn't in control of what I was saying because I was in total control of what I was. Just a little hype. You feel me?
I feel you. But your demeanor had no malice. It was all you could see how happy you was.
It was like internet stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, boom, he might call you out. Oh shit, if he called me out, I seen that last one. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just fun and games. Like, I was just trying to be funny a little bit. You feel me?
Yeah, and I believe those are your intentions. But the way it happened right now, I think it would have came off a lot different. But the way it came off, there was just a few colorful words,
right?
And it just made it
colorful.
sound.
Yeah, I was too colorful. I was, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't mean to put Nina in that position. You feel
I'm
me?
gonna tell you all this too, because I see the energy promoting the fight die down after the few weeks and a month, and now that I met China Mac in person, it's not a fair fight. Y'all, it shouldn't happen. Cuz gonna fight you with his heart. We see he not a boxer. You have a pre-knowledge of a performance, and it's off balance. It's off balance, man. I'm gonna advise him to just go the other way and leave that alone.
Listen, at the end of the day, bro, like I honestly, man, like I ain't even try to like, you know, I was just doing internet stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I know how y'all saw it was like, damn, you know, he out here, you know, being messy and he not even from his
aggressive,
town. Yeah, aggressive
and bold.
Like, right, yeah. And but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I was just, you know, I was feeling how I was feeling, and I stand on how I feel. You feel me? But at the end of the day, it's nothing personal with the bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I would love to meet the bro.
Boxers,
like, you know,
boxers that swelly cheer each other's face up. MMA people, they hug and thank each other for opportunity afterward. And to build those fights, they say way worse things to one another.
Yeah.
You don't even know them enough to have a personal.
Right.
I understand.
Right. We was just whatever. But But so with the Nina Boy shit, I mean, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I have been preparing though. I ain't gonna lie. I've been preparing, you know what I'm saying? So if that don't happen, just in case, I do talk a lot of shit, you feel me? So you know, like shit, anything can happen, you know what I'm saying?
In real life, yeah.
Anything happens, you know what I mean? So I am preparing for it. So like if it does happen, and it does happen, if it don't, then you know, it is what it is. But at least, you know, it was beneficial for both of us, even up to this
Indeed.
point, because it brought his, you know,
His awareness back.
his
Yeah,
awareness,
yeah.
or whatever he do with it, that's what he do with it. But it did bring his awareness back, and a lot of people saw him, and that might not even know who he was. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like, you know, it brought mines up. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's not the reason why I did it. You know what I mean?
course.
But you know, it was beneficial for, you know what I'm saying, for whatever, and you know.
That reminds me of a conversation we had slightly off camera of how, regardless of the quality of content that you actually had to provide to the internet and how consistent you are building it and how efficient it is, it's ironic that a lot of times you'll see your wave escalate behind the bullshit.
Yeah.
And you've been around for a while, and I was just making the comment of how I became very aware of you, even though you have so many things to bring to the table as far as content, character, the way you speak, articulate yourself. You fit into a lot of pockets that's out here popping, but I had not really been aware of it until the bullshit came. And that's just a funny anomaly how things work. But I want to speak on what I said earlier of how I became generally aware of you. I'm just saying, just from having my eyes on the internet, I knew your name existed. I probably couldn't explain why. I knew you was there. I didn't know why until you and AD bumped heads. So shout out to AD, shout out to Suicide, shout out to the whole Lantanas, rest in peace, Flow. And so, you know, I kind of like saw that go in and out. Whatever happened, happened. But what I found ironic was that the issue was over food content created. And my perspective from when I watched it, I'm like, damn, these niggas having a spiff about the originality or something of that nature about a show that has to do with food. And the whole time I sent you an episode before we got here today, I had a similar series going on. And I was wondering, like, damn, why they spiffing over that? They both might be on my idea. So I was thinking about that on my way here, y'all. So what I did was I went and looked for my oldest episode to see how old it was. And it was like 3 years. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I forwarded it to him, like, how long you been doing this type shit? He sent me an episode. He had me about a year, but he told me that wasn't even his oldest one. So you got me on that one. Great minds do think alike.
Right.
But my awareness heightened of you from that situation, and in a respect level, what I could admire was the fact that when it did come physical, not that I'm supporting or celebrating that men have to throw blows, but it happens. And the fact that you would be perceived as an outsider, that you initiated the physical part.
Right.
Though the homie didn't act like he had no problem with it or nothing, but he didn't take it there till you took it there, right. And y'all handled it like men apparently off camera, didn't exploit it. I can salute that. Then again with the homie Nina, that shit happened, and then recently more controversy, Math Hoffa. And what I can say, and I just want to give you a slight bit of an applause, throughout all these controversies, it's constantly a race issue keep getting thrown up.
Right.
And you represent yourself quite well when there's not two of you. It's only you. And I'm often, when I first watch this shit, I go in based on, you see the two names, I'm already assuming I'm finna agree totally with what this motherfucker's saying.
Right.
And then when you get a chance to talk your shit, not that I agree with everything you say, but you make a perspective where I can say, I didn't really look at it like that. So I want to applaud you on that.